So today I officially hit a 75-pound weight loss at age 61. Now this didn't all happen in one stretch. This kind of started about 5 years ago, the first time I did carnivore, and I lost a good amount of weight. I think I quit doing it because there was issues with meal planning and making double dinners every night, and so I just kind of fell off of it. But then when I got my osteoarthritis diagnosis, I jumped right back on it, and I'm at the end of my 90 days and officially hit 75 pounds. So pretty amazing. I would have never thought that I would have lost this much weight. I just kind of figured I was stuck where I was at, but it actually happened. And the other amazing thing is, like I said, I'm 61 years old. I take no medications at all. I do take a vitamin D supplement, mainly because I live in a northern climate. But other than that, I rarely ever take aspirin or anything like that. I have a physically demanding job, and I really don't get much fatigue from it. Occasionally I will, just depending on what type of work I'm doing that day. But I mean, I feel amazing. I feel about the same as I did in my 20s and 30s. This way of eating is just amazing. I can't say enough good about it. I've had my labs done a few times. I can tell when I've gone off plan and have gone on my little sugar binges. I'm a sugar addict, I know this. Chocolates, cookies, especially peanut M&Ms, ice cream, you name it. If it's got sugar in it, I love it. So whenever I had my labs done after I've binged for a while, my markers are off. When I clean up my act and eat like I've been doing, my markers are really good. Low cholesterol, triglycerides are low, everything's great. But to be at age 61 and lose 75 pounds, normal blood pressure, no medications, I mean, what more could you ask for? I just don't know how anything else could accomplish this. In our day and time, if you think about it, no matter where you eat out, probably 90% of the food out there is either corn, wheat, seed oil, and sugar laden. You can't even go to fast food that it doesn't have some kind of bread with it. You think, hamburgers and nuggets and tenders and fried chicken, they're all breaded or, come on a bun. So really eating out is a challenge unless you go into a steakhouse where you can get a steak, but even then you have to be careful because some of them will use seed oils to cook your steak. So you have to be aware of what type of oils they're using when they're cooking your food. Now, I'm not a perfect carnivore. I go off plan occasionally, but it's usually to eat. I might have a salad or maybe some celery or cucumbers with my homemade ranch dressing, which, by the way, has no oils in it. No sugar, no wheat, no corn syrup, none of that. And I hope to do some videos here shortly with some of the recipes I use. I've tried a number of recipes that they claim, is this, that, and the other thing, and they don't taste anything remotely like what you would think they would. So my goal is to try and find recipes or create my own recipes that do mimic the real thing. One of the things I'm not a big fan of is making these desserts that are supposedly either keto friendly, low carb, what have you, brownies and muffins and all these different things. Because if you've got a food addiction, and especially if you're doing carnivore and you have a carb addiction or a sugar addiction, I think these foods just lead you to overeat those foods. And eventually that's going to cause problems because of the ingredients in it. So my goal is to put together recipes for meals and things that you can have, snacks that are carnivore friendly, that will allow you to have a little bit of pleasure with what you're eating and not take a hit with carbs or sugars. I've tried allulose. Allulose and me don't get along. So my next venture is going to be with erythritol. I want to see how that affects me. I really wish I could eat allulose because of the GLP-1 effect that it has. But it is what it is. So hopefully some of my recipes will have erythritol in it. And a lot of the recipes, especially when it comes to desserts or snacky things, you can use substitute sweeteners for these things. Like I said, allulose, erythritol, stevia, xylitol. The further up the food chain you go, the more of a carb hit you're going to get. Allulose and erythritol seem to be the lowest. And any of the recipes I've made, I've just substituted sugar with whatever my sweetener is, a one-for-one replacement. Allulose and erythritol are about 70% as sweet as sugar. So even when you make it with that, it's not quite as sweet as it would have been, but it's still pretty darn good. So, but anyway, back to topic, 75 pounds, age 61. This is amazing. If you're looking for weight loss, this is the way to go. If you're looking to get your health on track, this is the way to go. I'm fortunate that I really didn't have any major health issues from being that overweight, other than my arthritis. I'm not like a lot of people that you see out there that have had just a train wreck of issues. I think part of it is because of how I was raised. My mother was big into eating natural foods way back in the 70s. So I think I had a good foundation as I came into adulthood. But eventually, eating the standard American diet caught up to me. And it's going to catch up with anybody that eats that way. But I think having that good foundation is what prevented me from having a lot of the chronic ailments that most people who have eaten that way their whole life eventually come down with. So, if you've got small children, you need to really think about their nutritional base as they're growing. And if you give them a good foundation, that's going to go a long way as they age. When they become adults, they're going to eat how they're going to eat, but having that good foundation can help in the long term, keeping them from getting some of these chronic diseases. That's at least my belief. I might be wrong in that, but that's been my experience. My siblings have had similar results. So I really think that foundation is essential for anybody that's growing. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you've had weight loss with carnivore or have reversed some kind of chronic issue, leave a comment below and let me know what you've experienced. I'd really love to hear what you have to say. If you have any questions, leave your questions in the comments. I'll answer them as best I can. If I can't answer it, I'll direct you to someone who can. Thanks, and have a great day.